Good morning. It's Monday, June 15th, and this is our Monday morning meditation brought to you by Shalom Program Coordinator, Mary Potter Kenyon. So as a writer, I've been looking for the correct term to describe these last 3 months as I've worked from home. The right word. How do we describe that quarantine, the experience of social distancing and isolation, the fear, anxiety, worry, loneliness, the uncertainty. I've not been comfortable, and I valiantly searched for ways and tools to navigate this unknown, ways I've shared with you in these Monday morning devotionals: journaling, reading inspirational writing, taking walks, keeping busy with work-related tasks, and yes, some unhealthy ways too: binge watching comedy television, more comfort food. Mostly though, I've been waiting. Waiting for what? For things to get back to normal? Some days that uncertainty can feel paralyzing. As a writer, I'm used to doing a certain amount of writing. If you count journaling and writing letters, daily writing. Yet 2 unfinished essays have sat on my desktop for the last 3 months, and I started to wonder why. Oh, I've been writing these Monday morning meditations, working with my editor on a book, an essay here, a blog post there. And then a friend casually mentioned my writing being a break for me. And I recoiled from those words. A break? Alarm bells went off. Everything in me screamed, no! Writing is my passion. It's not a break. It's work that doesn't feel like work. It's my other job. Until I realized she was right. I had been treating writing as a break these last 3 months. And maybe that's okay during a pandemic. But maybe I'm also missing out on the benefits of this period of time, whatever we're going to call it. Maybe I should stop waiting for everything to go back to normal, because all indications are normal isn't going to happen anytime soon. And with businesses gradually opening up, things are still going to look very different. So I asked myself, what am I waiting for? What can I get out of this time that I haven't already? And that's when I heard the word liminal space. Liminal space. I'd never heard that before, so I looked it up. Liminal space. The word liminal comes from the Latin word limen, meaning threshold. Any point or place of entering or beginning. A liminal space is the time between what was and the next. It is a place of transition, a season of waiting and not knowing. Yes, that's what this pandemic has brought. We don't know what August or September or October will look like. We have no idea how long we will need to wear masks in public or practice social distancing. Here's the thing that fascinates me about this description of liminal space. Liminal space is where all transformation takes place, if we learn to wait and let it form us. Author and theologian Father Richard Rohr says it like this: in that space, which is mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual, we are destabilized, disoriented. The old touchstones, habits, and comforts are now past, the future unknown. We only wish such a time to be over. We may be impatient to get through it quickly, with as little distress as possible, even though that is not likely. Richard Rohr did not write this during the pandemic, but it is fitting. Dwelling in unsettling liminal space, he says, whether we are pushed or we jump, we are led to draw on resources and possibilities we may not have tapped before. In the unknown space between here and there, younger and older, past and future, life happens. And if we attend, we can feel the Holy Spirit moving with us in a way that we may not be aware of in more settled times. This is the now, what we are experiencing. Am I going to let a little thing like a pandemic stop me from an opportunity for transformation? Well, now you know I'm being facetious here. A pandemic is no little thing. But it is what is happening now. And maybe part of this uncomfortableness I feel has been because I've done something I wouldn't normally do, like let unfinished essays sit on my desktop, mocking me. Here's what else Father Richard Rohr said. But what if we can choose to experience this liminal space and time, this uncomfortable now, as a place and state of creativity, of construction and deconstruction, choice and transformation? I'm really paying attention now. What if this can be a place and a state of creativity? Well, of course it can. And for many of us, it already has been, in learning new things, like Zoom meetings and using technology in a different way. Maybe we've ordered groceries online for the first time, or discovered online learning for ourselves or our children. Maybe we've made do when we would have bought new, or read more, played more, prayed more, taken walks. So yesterday, I sat in front of my laptop for a good 8 hours. I forgot to get dressed. I forgot to eat lunch. I did what makes me come alive, and I wrote. I finished those 2 essays, and I submitted them. And while all this creativity was banging around in my head, I went one step further and reworked a poem I'd written months ago and submitted it to an anthology that was looking for spiritual or religious poetry. It was a transformative process, a feeling of being back to what God created me to do. So what about you? What's holding you back? What can you take away from this liminal space? What unfinished project can you finish? God bless you. Until next Monday,